How's it going, man?
It's going well. How about yourself?
Life is good. Life is
This
good.
is the first time I'm meeting you.
Yeah, it is.
You know, fun fact, I didn't get you, but I met his wife first before I met him.
Girlfriend.
Girlfriend. Sorry,
Girlfriend's
girlfriend.
mom, actually.
Your girlfriend's mom.
Yeah,
I met his
girlfriend's
in-law
mom.
first before I met him, like 3 years ago.
Yeah, it could be wife, though. Yeah.
Yo, so where are my Japanese Homo sapiens at, bruh? It's 2025 and we kicked off with the best thing possible. Omas just became a champion in Japan. I enjoyed my New Year's Eve. It turned to a new year and I ran home because Pro Wrestling Noah had their New Year event, and while featuring some of the best talent in Japan, people I'm honestly just learning about. I have never watched a Pro Wrestling Noah event. I just know about the promotion, I'm being honest. It also featured WWE US Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. Kenta was on the show. I watched Hideo Itami, and the Tom Brady of professional wrestling, Omas. Tom Brady meaning like someone that's really good, like the best in his sport, best in his industry. I don't even like Tom Brady, I'm an Eagles fan. He's like the LeBron, Steph Curry, if you will, Tiger Woods, Paul Rabel. You guys like lacrosse? Sorry, point is I'm saying Omos is great, and he became one half of the heavyweight tag team champions, the GHC heavyweight tag team champions with Jack Morris. I asked you guys on Twitter, what's the American wrestling equivalent of like Pro Wrestling Noah to like New Japan? Is it like the AEW and New Japan's like the WWE type deal? Seems like a mixed reaction of like, yes it is, but also All Japan could be like the AEW. So maybe they're like the TNA, as in like number 3 type deal. I know a lot of cool names that came through that promotion, especially when Noah had their expansion with Ring of Honor, having some of their talent, having extended tours in the US, and also having some of the Ring of Honor talent coming over to Pro Wrestling Noah, like the Briscoes, Bryan Danielson, etc. Last year, WWE established a partnership with Noah, having AJ Styles going over to their show. Same guy he wrestled was a part of the match Omos was in. See, I know things. Big brain. I stayed up from 2 a.m. to about 5 watching this. Is that how people in Japan and like the UK feel trying to watch like normal PLEs? Cause that sucked. That's what y'all go through trying to watch the stuff that we watch every week. Yo, God bless you. They look like they're in a pretty good venue. I would guess about like 6 to like 8,000 people, I would assume. Hey, let's look it up actually. Hold up. There's about 5,000 people there. I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good sized crowd. But I've learned a lot about Pro Wrestling Noah is that they're a promotion that just won't die. They keep bouncing back depending on their situation. When the company started, when the owner broke away from All Japan and started his own brand, his unfortunate passing and different little partnerships that have come along with New Japan and Ring of Honor. And now they struck a deal with the biggest wrestling company in the world. A lot of people have the running joke of like wanting to see Omos show up in a different company. There's a lot of people talking about him going to AEW, joining the Hurt Syndicate, which would make a lot of sense. But no, he is still under contract with WWE. He just hasn't been used since, what was it, like April? The last time we saw him was on April 5th during the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, where he kind of like awkwardly fell out the ring. I was there for it. It was in Philly. It was like the night before Mania. I did not know Omos was gonna be in there. So when he came out, ho ho ho, that press box got loud. It was just me, but the press box got loud. And we just hadn't seen him at that point. He would have sporadic appearances here and there on live events, wrestling R-Truth and Akira Tozawa. He had PLE matching against Seth Rollins at Backlash. The month before that, I think he was facing Brock Lesnar at 39. So his career has been very like bouncy for a man that's not a high flyer, where he's on top of the world and then he's nowhere. Then he's back up and then he's down. Felt like WWE just didn't know what they wanted to do with him. But like, you want to keep a guy like that because like bro is 7'4". And he's also one of the nicest human beings in the world. That's a very rare commodity. You have to keep that on your roster. Bro launched his own fragrance YouTube channel where he's just talking about different colognes and fragrances. And based off a comment I saw on Instagram from a post I made, actually from Cody Hall, son of Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, Omos being sent to Japan is a way to help him develop without having him bumping around too much on NXT and whatnot. Because, you know, that probably would kill the mystique a little bit if he's like on NXT or these live events losing a bunch. For someone like Triple H to see him develop in the way that maybe he wants him to. But let's talk about the match, bro. This is fun. This was the 8th match on the card, so I was very tired at this point. It was about 4:30 in the morning. Two of my favorite wrestlers at the same time on the same screen. I had so much fun. Yoshitatsu, who was the manager, Omas, and his tag team partner, Jack Morris, who's like a well-known Pro Wrestling Noah wrestler, I'm assuming. One dude's ripped. Like, that guy, he's talented. When Omos came down to the ring, no one knew what they were even looking at. They're like, oh my God, a building has legs. Of all the promotion Pro Wrestling Noah was doing, of having Omos just walk around Japan and just like experience Japanese culture, but everyone's like, wow, what is that? You could just see him in the crowd, his head's poking out amongst like this sea of people. It's just Omos's head just sticking out. It's like the funniest content I've ever seen in wrestling. But they come down to the ring and Omos is sizing up this like sumo wrestler dude. hold up, bro. We jump into different sports now too. Very standard tag team match, a lot of cool offensive movements from these guys who have never tagged before. And Omas made the cover for the 1-2-3, meaning he's the first ever current main roster WWE superstar to hold gold in a different promotion, a different major promotion as well. But even once he's done within the tag team, there's a great opportunity to have that man go after the top title, the GHC Heavyweight Championship. Side note, I love that Pro Wrestling Noah and New Japan have like these governing bodies for their championships. It feels very boxing-like. I'm a big boxing fan, so I love that kind of stuff. The whole like governing body, like it makes titles feel just a little more important, and I love that kind of stuff. But there's a real opportunity for him to actually go after the heavyweight championship, because Omas coming back into the WWE fold in, let's say, like a year and a half or so as a heavyweight tag team champion, then just a world heavyweight champion as well, would make him instantly credible. More credible than like being that big already is. And for the hardcore fans like myself and you probably watching this, we will now have a new appreciation for him coming back into the fold. I'm very excited to see what this run in Japan could be for him. I think there's a lot of cool opponents you can face. I'm gonna start watching more Pro Wrestling Noah so I can learn more about the promotion and the roster members, because everyone on that roster was really good. Like every match I watched, I was like, these guys are fire. I don't know any of you, but like you guys are great. I've also reached out to Jack Morris to try to get an interview with him, because I would love to talk about his career and whatnot, and learn some more about Pro Wrestling Noah and just Japanese wrestling overall. And obviously that big tag team win with Omas. So let me know what your thoughts are about Omas and Jack Morris winning the GHC Heavyweight Tag Team Champion. And what do you want to see out of Omas in this Japanese run? My name's Malcolm, and we're out.
We going up like 1,000. I'm a flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. We going up like 1,000. I'm a flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. When it just like 1, 2, 3. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. Hey.